Oh, I forgot to talk about Rolanda. Congratulations to Rolanda. I'm happy for her. New building, getting into commercial real estate, her new place. That place is nice. But what she need to do is get them up out of there and just go ahead on and sell that place. Cause there's no point of her letting D-Boy and all them stay there. Cause it ain't gonna do nothing but be a whole mess. Cause Malachi, we now see why she left Malachi in the first place. Now we see why. And I don't blame her. I would let Malachi fend for himself. And the fact that D-Boy don't got his money, Malachi, why you letting that man stay there and he didn't let you stay in his place when he had himself together? Like I said, Malachi ain't never gonna learn. Some people just ain't gonna never learn. Malachi needs to understand you can't do better if you got them type of people around you like Tinka and D-Boy, and those are not people you need to have around you. And when they find out that he is walking, it's getting ready to backfire. Somehow, some way, he gonna get caught. And when he do, he gonna pay all that money back because he's now walking. And it's sad that instead of you, now that you walking, while you was in that wheelchair, getting yourself together, while you was in that wheelchair, now you walking, and now you trying to stay in that wheelchair. Man, these get rich quick schemes don't work. Anything you do based on negativity, it just don't work, Malachi. But I'm happy for Ro. Ro deserves to be happy, but I'm glad that Muhammad is helping her and getting her these connections, which I think is good. He just need to deal with his ex-wife. He really need to deal with his ex-wife and handle his own business. But I'm happy for Rolanda. I am. Now, as for Dalen, I don't know why you let your mama convince you to let that man work at your stuff. He ain't gonna do nothing but cause problems. And then you're gonna be mad at your mom. Bruh, get rid of your cousin. You should have told your mama no and stood on that. I don't care how mad she would have got. No. See, that's the problem. We love our mothers. Don't get me wrong. I love mine. But sometimes you got to say no. My mama come to me asking me, can I do this depending on what it is? No. No. Because at the end of the day, absolutely not. Am I doing that? No. Because when I moved down here, like as far as my mom want me to come back to North Carolina. She do. She want me to come back to North Carolina. Can't right now because it's too expensive for me to move right now to there. So I'm here. But no. It's no. At the end of the day, like I said, it's crazy how, you know what I'm saying, stuff like this just, your mom and them asking you, can you do this for your cousin? Can you do... No. No. Especially if they ain't never been there for me. Especially if they trouble. No. Absolutely not. Especially if they're a thief. Absolutely not. Dalen, put your foot down and just say no. But as for Brittany's dad, you wrong. That woman wants to be a part of her child's life. And she got a feeling her child need her. And the fact that you're issuing her an ultimatum, but yes, she's been there for your daughter, that to me is wrong. I feel like that she should at least try to reach out to him to try to build a relationship. And then if it don't work out, then she can move on. She deserves to go check on her kids. She left her children for you. I'm just saying. And for the fact that you being selfish like that, that's wrong. And you know that his ex-wife gonna take advantage of that. You know she gonna take advantage of that. The fact that they're fighting. That's why they should have never came to Atlanta in the first place. But I think Brittany gonna be the one to talk him into understanding her point of view about her daughter. And the fact that Brittany told Amber, why would you even tell Amber in the first place, knowing Amber can't hold water? Why would you even tell us about Judy's situation? You know Amber can't hold water. As soon as Amber started talking, you should have known it was too late. And you should have contacted Judy so Judy could have been prepared for this. Especially after what she just did for you. You should have called her and told her that he knows about what's going on. Judy, you should have said nothing. You should have just went ahead on and went and seen your son, not told him nothing, until you two basically reconciled and then said something to him about it. Cause like I said, it's it's the double standard for me. And that's why relationships don't work, because of the double standard and the contradiction. But as far as who is that? It was somebody else. Oh, Flawless and her pictures getting leaked. What did you think was gonna happen when they jumped on that man? At the end of the day, Flawless, this is what happens when you do stuff like this. They can always use it against you as a weapon. See, when you have stuff like this out there, people can always use it as a weapon against you. And that's the sad part. You would think that that wouldn't be the case, but that is unfortunately what happens. So, like I said, I think in the end, like I said, somehow, some way, she gonna end up with that old man, and she gonna find out that that's Israel's daddy, and that's gonna be a mess and a half. It is. It's gonna be a mess. But Ashley got to stop depending on men and get up and do for herself instead of depending on these men, because, honey, eventually your looks ain't gonna last forever. And then not only that, once you start getting older and now you also got a daughter, that's a lot to take on. At the end of the day, like I said, do I think her and Israel can work things out? Yeah, if he tell her the truth. But, we'll have to just wait and see. But I'm about to enjoy the rest of my day. I'm putting my phone down and I am going to get up and make me something to eat. And I think I'm going to make some curry goat this eat tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is take the goat out and let it soak. And then I'm going to put them in some water, and I'm going to put and clean them before I actually eat them. I always try to clean my meat. So I'm going to stick it in some water and after I unthaw them, I'm going to stick them in some water, and I'm going to put some baking powder so I can clean the meat. And then in the morning, I'm going to get up and I'm going to season them, and then put them in a pot and let it cook. And then I'm either going to make some rice. Well, I ain't got no rice. I'm probably going to make some mashed potatoes. So make some curry goat and some mashed potatoes and some mixed vegetables. So I'm gonna take some carrot. I'm gonna add some carrots and some okra into the. It depends on how big the pot is, but I'm gonna let the goat cook first, and then I'm gonna add the goat and everything into it. I might make the rice and the vegetables separate, but we shall see how it go tomorrow. But I'm excited about making goat, and I'm gonna put it, and like I said, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator till they unthaw. Put them in a pan and stick them. I'm gonna stick them. Either I'm gonna leave them out, and then when they're almost unthawed, then I'm gonna take them after they unthaw, put them in some water, soak them for a couple of hours in the morning, and then I'm gonna take them after I do that, let them soak in some water, and then after I do that, then I'm gonna take and cook them for, I don't know, I gotta see how long it takes to cook them. I have this big old pot, and I'm put some water and some oil in there, and then let them cook. And then I'm gonna let them cook, and then I'm gonna add the actual the curry and all of that into it, and let them cook. I'm just gonna boil them till they get done. I don't know. I think I gotta see how long. I gotta look up and see how long it takes them to cook. But who knows? But other than that, like I said, my day is just gonna be chilling, relaxing, and stuff like that. But as for Ralphie, man, you better do something about that crazy girl. Kendrick, like I said, Rashad, you might be getting a birthday party. If you keep on getting involved in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you, something gonna happen to you, because you got a lot of people that's after your neck. But I think Hulk gonna end up pew-pewing Rashad in the end. I don't think Rashad gonna be here. I think he gonna have a nice little birthday party. We just gotta sit back and wait. So that being said, I'm gonna sit back and chill, relax, and enjoy the rest of my day. Y'all enjoy the rest of yours, and I'll see y'all next time.